Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to go through the process of cultivating and cooking the vegetable known as the Njama Njama or the garden huckleberry. The garden huckleberry fruits or the berries have this deep purple color, look very beautiful. However, they taste very bitter and they are not edible. I'm talking about this particular type of garden huckleberry that is cultivated in Central Africa, parts of West Africa, and also in East Africa. Usually the seeds are extracted from the fruits, they are dried, and then that is what we use to grow more vegetables. But you can definitely just grow the vegetables from the freshly harvested seeds. You don't have to dry them. And if you are looking for the seeds, I do have some. You can contact me. I'm also going to put a link in the description box of where you can find the seeds. So you can buy the seeds if you are in the United States. To grow the garden huckleberry, we are going to start by loosening up the soil. You want to break the soil up into smaller pieces. Make sure that you remove all like big chunks of wood and whatever else. Why? Because the garden huckleberry seeds are tiny. They are super tiny, and so if it lands on things like rocks or big pieces of wood, it might not germinate. Next, we are going to water our seeds in and then just wait. Now, if the weather is warm enough, it is going to germinate in about 7 to 10 days. Here is the Njama Njama after 1 week. Njama Njama in containers at 1 week. We have a nice germination. Some, but not all. October the 10th, and this is how our njamsu is looking. Today is Monday, October the 17th. This is not Njama Njama, it's something else. Today is October the 24th. This is ready for transplanting. We're going to transplant this one today. This is the bed that I have prepared to transplant my Njama Njama. So I just turned over the soil and then I added some fish fertilizer. Added some fish fertilizer to it and then watered it. So it's ready. See, I thought I watered it. It needs more water. I'm gonna water it some more and then we'll transplant our Njama Njama here. Wow, it does need a lot of water. The garden huckleberry is ready for transplanting in about 4 to 5 weeks, depending on how quickly it germinated. Because I am in zone 9A, that's where my garden is. It is warmer down here, but if you are in a zone where it is colder, it might take longer to germinate. But generally 4 to 5 weeks and you are ready to transplant your Njama Njama. It is a quick growing vegetable. Another way to tell when your Njama Njama is ready for transplanting is when it has about 5 to 6 true leaves. I'm talking about the leaves that you can tell that this is Njama Njama. Those are the true leaves. That is because then your Njama Njama is able to do its own photosynthesis and then it will survive better that way. There are many different local names for the garden huckleberry. The Yoruba tribe in Nigeria call it Odu or Ogunmo. In Southeast Nigeria, it is referred to as Ewa. In Uganda, it is referred to as Nsugga, and Njama Njama is the name we give it in Cameroon, the local name. So to harvest, we're just gonna cut like this. These are two tender leaves. Just gonna cut, and it's going to form side shoots. The tender leaves are very, very nutritious, high in protein as well. The leaves of the Njama Njama is unusually high in protein. I'm going to come back to talk about the nutritional value of the Njama Njama when we are cooking it in a moment. But guys, it took 50 days from seeds to harvest. Please note that I was growing this in the fall in my garden here in zone 9A, and temperatures in the fall are still pretty much warm for us. Sometimes it drops down to around the 50s. I'm talking Fahrenheit at night, and then during the day somewhere around the 70s. So yeah, then it took 50 days. How long it takes for you, it's going to depend on where you are doing your farming.
This is wounding the stem, right?
Guys, if this video is adding value to you, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. So after harvesting our Njama Njama, it is time to prepare and cook the Njama Njama, which guys, it is a process. So we need to cut the leaves from the stems. As with most leafy greens, the garden huckleberry is extremely nutritional, but it is unusual in that it has a high amount of protein, up to 6% protein. The nutrient content of the garden huckleberry depends on the age of the crop. The younger crop has more nutrients. It also depends on the fertility of the soil and just where you cultivated the vegetable. Keep in mind that some of that nutrient content can be lost in the cooking process. When you're done picking the Njama Njama, you end up with this. This is the part that you don't eat, tough stems, and then this is the part that we're going to consume. So we're going to wash this because it has a bunch of sand, soil, insects. You want to triple wash it. We're going to fill a container with water, cold water. Now we're going to I don't know if you can see this, but there's a lot of sand in here. See that? Look. So that's why we need to wash it at least 3 times. Triple wash. As there are several ways of cooking the garden huckleberry or the Njama Njama. The Wimbum people of my tribe usually just steam it, but I wanted to show you this way of blanching it. Blanching has its benefits in that it helps to remove some of the bitterness from the Njama Njama. So yes, the Njama Njama might have a bitter taste, and it gets more bitter the older the Njama Njama. That is, with the second, third, fourth harvest, it is going to develop like more bitterness. This tender Njama Njama is not as bitter. but it has a little bit of the bitterness. So blanching will help to take care of some of that bitter taste. Of course, it also will remove some of the vitamins from the Njama Njama. Okay, so just something to keep in mind. I also find that blanching, it keeps the green color, it preserves the green color, that bright green color better. Okay, so next I am going to just saute some onions and then some tomatoes, and then use that to stir fry my blanched Njama Njama in. Now guys, this is not the traditional way of cooking the Njama Njama. In the Wimbum tribe, which is my tribe in Cameroon, we steam the veggies, put palm oil in it, and then you are done. That is the traditional way of doing this. But this is another way of cooking it if you want to just make it more gourmet. Saute some onions and tomatoes, and then if you have any kind of protein, beef, chicken, or whatever, you can put it in there, and then just put your steamed leaves, the steamed greens in it, and then you are done. I did add a drop of palm oil. That was completely optional because I just wanted that color and a little bit of that flavor. And I served it with taro root. We call it cocoa in Cameroon, Igbo cocoa. If you're in the United States, look for the cocoa in Asian stores or HEB. Kroger usually has it as well. It's so nutritious, that cocoa. Alright, so guys, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. See you in my next one. Bye bye.